Hello everyone, PaperSpock here. We are going to be doing another episode of PaperSpock Versus, where I take on the Day 1 challenge in the blueprints. Please leave now if you're concerned about spoilers, because even though I'm just going to be trying to beat the game in a single day on a fresh save file, there will be spoilers that are around, including from loading my profile. You can see information, if you look really closely, that might not be what you're expecting. We're just clearing out the last save file. There we go. We can create a new game. And we are off to the races. Now today, what we're going to do is try to work a bit in terms of doing what we can to improve our luck while recognizing there is a lot of luck involved in this run. The important thing to start out with will be drafting quickly from our known options, because that helps us get a little bit better luck in terms of things that will help us beat the game, because built into the game is a detector. They've gone into the code, looked around, and if the game sees you drafting quickly enough on the first few rooms, then they give you a bit better luck on certain things. And this is actually the luck that you would get if you were playing the game naturally after a certain point. But what the game does is it ramps it up slowly, usually, because they want you to engage with certain parts. So the game manipulates the RNG to manipulate your experience with it. The blue box contains the gems. Okay. No other claims about boxes having gems in them. Storeroom. Grab the coin. Grab the key. Grab the jewel. We're going to draft up here in hopes we get something that we can go straight through with, and we don't, but we know that straight away. The nursery will be good for steps later on, so we're going to go with that. What we'll want, though, is we'll want a good branching path going forward, so we can try to draft the garage. That's what we're going to be thinking about when we draft into the west wing. And this doesn't really help us in terms of what we wanted here. We had to take the corridor or the kitchen, and thinking again about something I figured out about room shapes, I picked the wrong choice, but we will not end up seeing consequences for that. We would like another key, so we're going to take the nook, because we are very key poor right now. Drawing room is a good shape, as long as we can make use of it. West Wing Hall is good as well. You can draw the drawing room anywhere, though. The West Wing Hall we can only draw on the West Wing. Let's see if we can work our way out of this. We cannot. So this is an unfortunate draw. The lavatory is good to get out of the pool, though. The pantry is our only option here, as much as we would love to take the utility closet. We get an orange. That's fairly rare in the pantry. Commissary and the den are equivalent in terms of shape, and this costs a gem, this gives us a gem, but we do lose an entrance here, so I'm going to take the commissary. We'll see what we have here. Buy another gem. We could buy a salt shaker. Save for a sledgehammer. I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. We could backtrack if we really wanted to. The bedroom is our only option here. It doesn't end our run. We may well be drafting ourselves into a corner here. We have fewer and fewer options. We use a key to see what's in the chest. And this is mostly not good. Because we don't have a shovel. We don't... I haven't thought enough about whether or not the compass is good. in terms of what we already have a locked door. If I'd known that, I should have checked the door first, honestly. We're in a bad position because we need the garage. We can't take the garage. At least we can get some keys back, because keys are becoming of issue. We get 4 here. One moment to find it on the wheel. Get 15 minus 7 is 8. And minus 8 is 2. We locate that here. 2 times 6 is 12. And 9 minus 7 is 2 times 10 is 20 on the number here. We get the secret garden key, which I believe opens up the east wing, which does give us a piece of the puzzle we need. However, our run is over. Well, no, it's not. We have the secret garden key. This isn't where I would usually put the secret garden, but it will work. Looking around a little for items as we approach the weather vane. We align it to the west. Now we move over to the other weather vane. The weather vane spinner, I should say. And maybe this is the west rather than the east. It is the west. It's something I sometimes look up. I had thought I had remembered it this time, but I had remembered it wrong. Now, the good thing is if we draft the garage above this, we will be able to make use of a special feature. That special feature is the fact that we can spin things from the outside and hit the other lever on the other side, which increases our options. Hopefully we don't have to use that, but it is nice to have access to that. Now, of these, we're in kind of a bad position because we're drafting higher and higher. And the courtyard, it feels like our best bet. The coat check is totally useless to us here. Let's go this other path, though, and see what we get if we open the door. The den would improve our gem situation. The chapel seems like a bit of a waste. The spare room extends things. We risk needing a key if we pick the spare room, but I think that's not horrible here. So security, I like it because it leads down. Darkroom does not lead down. I think security is the play here because of that. Though I do like the guest bedroom because it could have a gem in it. We're going to get a cutscene here. We're going to have to skip the cutscene. We look around at the desk. We're going to see what is in our estate that we may have missed. 6 fruit and 1 broken lever. I'm a bit surprised about the broken lever. The 6 fruit makes sense because of the secret garden spreading fruit across the house. So, let's set the keycard system to low security and have it set to unlocked, which means if we find this let's double check. Yes, we set it the way we want. If we find the utility closet, we'll be able to make some progress. But right now, this is our only option, and it's locked even though it's pointing down, which is a little uncommon. This run has one thing going for it right now, and that one thing is that we have managed to unlock one of the sides of our antechamber. This room usually has an item in it of some kind, but I'm not seeing it readily. Makes me wonder if I'm missing it or what. Could be where the lever is. If I just don't know where. Let's look through the rooms that could have the lever. Security, I could have missed it in there. Possible. I don't know that the secret garden has it. Maybe the parlor. The parlor sometimes is an item. I don't have a really good guess of where it is, honestly. Well, let's see if this door is open. And it is not. Our run is over. So we're going to call it a day. And we'll see what we get, if we'll get a bungalow or a villa for our manor's size, because we didn't get terribly large. Charming cottage. You know, I like the sound of the charming cottage. I don't like what it means, which is that we didn't build many rooms, but I do like the sound of its name for sure. So let's go back into our profiles. 9 minutes. Wow, that was quick. I do think I'm getting faster in my play style, which means I could be getting sloppy, and the fact that I missed the lever is a fact that I was at least sloppy in one way. There's a strong argument I should go back and look around for items when I do that. Notice that I have something missing. And we enter here again. Begin our day. Start with the hallway as usual. See if we can put a closet here again. Storeroom is just about as good. Maybe better in some respects. It is a constant. We know what we're getting when we get the storeroom. When you don't get the storeroom, a bit more of a wild card. I almost considered taking the lavatory, but I decided against it. I think I will open this chest. It's fairly early. I expect more opportunities for me to get a key before I need a key, and we get more keys, which is wonderful because keys do become a limiting factor. The parlor is interesting, but would get boxed in. The spare room is similarly interesting in that it would give us a bit more room to work up, and I think I will go with that. Corridor is something we like to save for a bit later on. The only thing I don't like about it... I love the view here. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that I like to draft upwards from the entrance hall, and I just got rid of one of my better options to do it. We can take the nook for a key, and I think I will do that. I don't know why I'm saying I think I will do that. I literally just did that. This is a chest. I didn't know a chest sometimes spawns here. Wow, we're really getting a lot of keys. Our utility closet. It would be good to get that into play, but this could give us a secret garden key. This will give us gems, which we're kind of low on. But I think I still have time to get more stuff. The only thing I don't like about this is it's a long walk if I decide I want to use the dark room. Quite a bit of steps. Not ideal for that, but otherwise, good to get that into play early. We get our free walk through that one room. Through the... Is it the regular bedroom? Is it the guest bedroom? It is indeed the regular bedroom. Let's see what's through here. The den. That's a fantastic place for the den. Let's draft up. Part of why I did that is I figured I could probably get some sort of regular thing and increase the chance of drafting straight up, but no luck here. I'm going to go for the closet, hoping I get some kind of cool item. Dice and a key. I mean, keys are always good, but I was hoping for something a bit different. No chest in here. Let's try drafting upwards. Again, no chance to draft upwards. Do I think I take the parlor. That gives me a little more flexibility. I am a little concerned that we are at 38 steps, but we've done a decent amount of laying of paths for ourselves. We look at these statements. That's not black. That's not black. Black box is not empty. That is to be true, so the black box has something in it. And we take our gems. We are hoping for, yes, something like the West Wing Hall. Good, good. And I'm hoping I can draft a dead end here. And I don't. But which of these is more preferable? The office, we lose 2 gems, but we gain a gem back. I don't see it particularly useful here. Pantry, few more steps. Billiard room, I think, is the real play. We have a lot of keys, but we would like some sort of deluxe key. We have this nice sort of loop around now if we want to make use of it. But we don't. We want to backtrack into the West Wing Hall. We need to remember... Oops. Didn't click that quite right. 15 plus 1 is 16. I enjoy the challenge. I do not enjoy the challenge. I was being polite. Of finding where the thing is on the wheel. Okay, 6. Okay, 9 minus 5 is 4. Then we have 8 times 2 is 16. It feels a little novel to not have our multiplier end up at 20, but 10 minus 5 is 5 times 4 is 20. There we get a 20. And let's see, we get a silver key. That is a special key. That is not the key I would have chosen. We do have a considerable amount of money here. That's interesting. It's quite interesting to me. We're going to go over. We're going to go up. We are in a risky situation. I think I want this. It'll probably pay for itself with gems. But what I'm more interested in is staying on this rank. Yeah, it paid for itself. It's kind of a pointless room here, though, but oh well. Not every room is going to have a grand point, and, being able to continue in the direction I wanted is its own point in a way. I do think the pantry is probably the best bet here. Just looking at the positions of things. Get some steps, some coin. A shop, honestly, is kind of a good option. The chapel, a bit less so, but we will take it regardless. I'm going to draft to the left in hopes that I get something. Garage would be ideal here. We do not get a garage. Guest bedroom or bunk room. Well, we don't have the nursery set up, so this is better in terms of steps. This is good in terms of getting 2 items, but the steps is probably better, and we probably get a gem from here. We look around, we get something way better. Now, security will become a high priority for us because we can make keycard doors way more common. Our key situation, I don't want to say it's sorted because things have a way of happening. Ooh, a gem. This is quite good luck we've had so far this run. Let's use our special key. Let's use our silver key here. It's a way of branching out. And the archives are not what we want. The conference room is good. The drawing room is probably good. I think the conference room is a little bit safer for configurations. And it does mean if we spread in the future, it'll be good for us. Looking around for anything here. Table is kind of tricky because we have random doodads on the table by itself, but let's draft down first. See if we can land a dead end. Aha, we do. And not one we really have use for, but we're glad to get rid of it. The dining room is going to be good for us. Boudoir, less so. The bunk bed would end our run. So let's see. We don't know what dinner is just yet. Okay, we're going to begin to start using more keys here. Corridor could be interesting. Dark room makes me nervous. I think corridor is what I'll pick, though. And then I will go and draft in the other direction. Workshop could end up being fantastic for us. These others are just dead ends as well. So it's an easy choice. We get a broken lever. That is one part of the puzzle. We can't craft anything with a broken lever, though, and a key card. That wouldn't make much sense. Here's a key card on a stick. It's fun to try to imagine something. This is a little dangerous, but I think I am willing to live with that risk. Get even more keys here. Let's look closely for a battery. Because of how critical a battery could be, because... Let's see, no battery. I don't see a battery. I apologize if you see me walk past a battery and I don't pick it up. The tomb. We don't want to go to the tomb just yet, probably. Because we want to wait to see if we get something with the pump some other way down to the other side first. So we go across this hall. This will be open. East Wing Hall. That's good news for us. Let's draft down into this corner. Get some more advantages. Kitchen. Or nursery. I think I prefer the kitchen here. We have 2 red rooms. Let's draft the other way. We don't need to enter the kitchen just yet. Greenhouse makes us more likely to find green rooms. Dark room. You know what? Um. Hmm. Greenhouse is an absolute no. Wine cellar is a maybe. Is an absolute no. That would end our run. Dark room. Um. Here's what we're gonna do. We've drafted dark room. We're actually gonna go all the way back after we visit the kitchen some, and draft into this corner. Bunk bed. Let's see what it gets us. 2 gems. That's pretty reasonable at this point, because we are beginning to run lower on gem options. I don't know that I would have chosen any different, but in terms of picking a nursery, chef salad, club sandwich is the safe choice. Take that. We have 1 green room currently. The dining room is a good option, but what we will do, we're going to backtrack all the way to the garage. We're going to leave the estate, go around outside, and then come back. We're going to use the shortcut. I think we're also going to try to see if we can get the tomb. A second dice would make it safe. But we can see 6 of 8 things this way, so we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll re-roll here, and we do not get the tomb. That is unfortunate. I don't know what's ideal here. Probably not the schoolhouse, though that does let us re-roll a bunch. That is something to consider, because classrooms let us re-roll a ton. Hovel? Steps instead of gems, that's kind of dangerous for us. Shrine. Oh, let's take the shrine, because I think 1 gold gives you the ability to spin things around. I think that's the blessing of the dancer. Yes. It does cost a gem, though. It's maybe not the most practical, but it is what it is. I'm not feeling the best about this in terms of finding a way through. And I'm not sure it's I think maybe the right play is the risk of the dark room, rather than what we're doing, but we've committed to this. Yes, this is the long way to the utility closet. Wow. Okay. I wonder if I could get a full house. I don't think it would be productive for me to go for a full house, but part of me is like, day one full house would be kind of cool. And we unfortunately get a little bit of lag here. That's the randomness of life. I didn't need to cross this bridge. Luckily, that does not cost us steps. It is fun looking into the veranda from this side. Oh, the patio, not the veranda. The doors are shut, though, from this side. Fascinating. In we go. And we run all the way across. Pool is now something we're very much interested in seeing. Far more than we were before. We could find a battery in here. Look around carefully. Find any number of items. We do find a key. Which is not really necessary at this point. I mean, the Great Hall, I suppose, would make it interesting, but Now let's draft out to the side first. Archives are not what I wanted. The lab is acceptable. The lab kind of has to be acceptable, though. That is not really helpful. Okay, let's see what experiment we can run. Okay. 1 gold, dirt, or add 3 aquariums. None of these are very helpful. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, spread dirt on the driveway. That's fairly harmless. I mean, I could have chosen to do no experiment. That's also something I could have done. Passageway makes me nervous in terms of gems. But the other options are worse. So, we're picking the passageway. We'll open it from this side. We care about steps more. The security option is intriguing. We skip this. Let's see how much we've missed. Oh my gosh, I've been thorough. Keycard system. Why is the, yeah. I'm not sure what question I was asking there. I apologize. Gems are getting scary. Furnace will not have gems. Commissary may sell a gem. So it would be neutral if it is selling a gem, otherwise it's a bad call. Greenhouse. Do I have a broken lever? Yes, I do have a broken lever. That at least gets us in. And it can have gems in it, so... yeah, let's put that in. Oh, and I wish you could remove the broken lever itself. Yes, it's the south door. And if I had been paying attention when I looked, I would have known that automatically, but... I don't always pay attention and look. No? No gems, huh? I was really hoping there would be. But if I had pulled out the guide to the soil samples. I probably could have figured that out. That's not something I necessarily care to do. I'm not sure it would have changed my calculus here anyway. I would have felt a little less good about this option, but I think I still would have chosen it. I really don't like having no gems, is the big takeaway, though. And the wine cellar fixes the gem issue. It blocks me out of 2 spots, but it does not block me out of my entrance. I think I have to pick it. It gets me on my feet a little again. I want to see the pool. I don't want to see the furnace. Not thrilled with the courtyard. I'm really not thrilled with the weight room. Can I get back to the dining room in time? If I place this, I'm down to 7. I go to security at 6. Darkroom 5. East wing 4. Corridor 3. Dining room 2. Okay. I can get away with placing this. Just barely. So down to the lab. Into the darkroom. Down to the East Wing Hall. Oh, there is the kitchen, but I don't know that I have the money for it. Yeah, we're just gonna go straight to the dining room. We get 20 steps. So I fairly sheltered my steps from... I only lost 7 steps to the weight room, which is better than usual, I think. I wonder if the shelter had been an option. Yeah, weight room. We might see something interesting here. Sometimes there are good items in the weight room. Not today. We want to draft straight up. I don't know how many straight up rooms we have left in our whole rumpus room, surely, but I'm not sure beyond that. Coat check. Gymnasium. Coat check's a dead end. We want that out of the system. So we pick that, I think. And the boudoir is a free gem. Courtyard. We're getting in a tough spot for... What do I hear? Finally a shuffle. Please give me radishes. Very rude of them not to give me radishes. Harris, green rooms do not cost a draft. Commissary costs a gem. I guess I'm doing that because I want to buy more gems. And we managed to be able to do that. Can open this easily. And don't like any of these options. Gym is the least bad. So I'm just this is a good thing for me. Generally speaking, this room. But I can't make use of it. So I'm losing use of a multi-exit room. We may end up exhausting our considerable number of keys. The foundation. Now that is of interest. Don't see how we get around the step situation. So we start getting some incredible luck with getting turnips dug up. I'm not anticipating, unfortunately. We'll keep looking, though. Okay. Would have loved to have the salt, but oh well. Wow, there were a lot of dig spots in this room. I feel like there's usually only two. Maybe I'm just wrong on that, but I'm surprised. Moment of truth. Can we get in this way? Answer is we can spend a gem, or we can do the archives. You're spending the gem. And then... I don't think we're going to win this because we will need the pool and then the pump room. And that seems unlikely for us to hit. I don't think I want to enter this room stepwise. Trying to see if it would be... I guess I'm going to enter it. $12.25. Merry Christmas. I'm impressed how long this run's gone, though. Wonderful. Only we could open this somehow. It just feels so close, yet so far away. So, what are the chances that we draw the pool and then the pump room? And then manage to find enough steps. Okay, Oh, I don't know. There's one thing I don't know here. The thing I don't know is whether you can draft those in the corner rooms. I suspect not. So I suspect this run is dead. And even if it is true, this run is probably dead anyway, but we will see. We'll see what we can manage to pull off. Our final key. Okay, we're going to use the office. Just because that lets us continue playing a little while longer. We have an upgrade disc, which is not something that is a point to it at this point. We flip this. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. And we get our gem back. Okay, so we have no way of moving forward anyway. Well, that is the run. And let's see. Let's see how much time we've spent recording. 38 minutes. That is on the short side. Lavish Chateau of the Dead. That is an incredible name. What an incredible name. I think I'm going to call it there because I do have an early morning tomorrow, but I thank you for joining me for this, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.